Okay. With a size of 80, what am I supposed to do?
So you got this lead on this retired professor.
Yeah. Should I contact anyone first, or should I go there first?
No, you should contact someone. This is going to be the scenario. I'll just throw that out there.
Okay.
It's in the. It's. You look it up in the atlas. It's in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania.
He lives.
It's near Huntingdon. He actually lives in Johnstown. You remember that, Pennsylvania, which is the closest place aside from. You do some research. Trains do run to Huntington, which is the nearest place. There's no trains that run to. What did it say? Fort McKelvey. McKelvey's Fort. There's no trains that run there, so you'd have to get a car in Huntington, possibly rent one, and drive on up, or possibly arrange to have a car meet you there. You know what I mean? Or have a car sent there so you can drive it or whatever, if you want to pursue that. And now it's here. Now you get to play with how to get everyone else involved. Go.
Okay, so I'm going to
I wash my hands.
All right. Now I'm going to call Deryl.
Okay, you can call Deryl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can play that out if you guys
This
want.
is important, so I'm not going to wait for him to write back.
Gotcha.
Daryl's going to tell you, I can't come. I'm not ready yet.
But
I could call my brother, and he could potentially help you out.
He's a giant lumberjack.
Okay. Well. We gotta go to. Where is it again? Where's the doctor at?
McKelvey's Fort, Pennsylvania.
He's in McKelvey's Fort, Pennsylvania. If you wanna meet me there and see. How long would it take for people to get there on average? Assuming they don't have a buttload of money like I do.
A couple days by train.
So
it's a good one to travel by train.
So about a
it's
week.
in February.
So about a week.
You can set it for a week.
Yeah. I'll meet your brother there in a week.
All right. I'll get.
And can he contact Marco? Is your character's name? Can he contact Marco and ask if he wants to come?
Yes. I'll give my brother Marco's information.
Yeah. And what about Petrov?
What about her?
Where does she live?
Connecticut.
How would we...
She was from Bristol.
How do we...
Along with him.
Yeah.
Wallin's also... James
Daryl's
from...
Yeah, and also...
Yeah.
You remember that nurse from 2 years ago that was with us?
The one that helped you so much. Like setting your leg.
Vaguely, yes.
Maybe you should bring her along. Just so... In case we get injured or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to go ask this guy, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, maybe some closure or something. I don't know.
I'll go to the hospital and tell her that you asked for her.
Okay.
Alright. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. So can I just get my car sent down there? Or would there be...
It'd be easier. There, Winters does some checking and finds that you could rent a car in Huntington.
What type of car?
Or you can have a car sent by train, just a regular car, like a 4-seater or something. If you're going to take more than 2 people, because your main car is that little 2-seater, the little Stutz.
Can I rent a 4-seater car at the location? I'll do that then.
He contacts them via telephone and that kind of thing and arranges it.
And
so there'll be a car waiting for you when you get there.
And I take a fancy train down to Huntington.
Okay.
And then I get to rent the car there.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to specify what type of car it is, or does it matter?
Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's probably Chevrolet. We'll say it's a closed-top Chevrolet.
Okay.
Nice.
That is just a nice car. It's a decent car. What are you doing about this here? Are you going to contact her then?
Yeah.
Them?
He's gonna go over to the hospital and ask for Nurse Petrov.
All in Connecticut?
He lives there.
I live in Bristol.
Sorry.
Daryl. He's Deryl at the moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm Deryl. I'm Deryl.
We're going to skip over some of the Deryl stuff since that's not who you blame. So he's gonna find you and ask if you want to go with them. They're checking into. Well, you figure it out.
Cloverfield is asking for you to potentially go help him.
Help with what?
He's just checking out on a lead somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Lead for what?
I'm not entirely sure. I didn't stay on the phone too long to ask.
Very big.
I know, but don't worry, Marco's going to be there as well.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Now have to get your dice out.
It's
Caitlin never gets her dice out because the
sorry,
first roll.
I forget.
I think it's cute. It
Yeah,
cracks me
I
up.
got a 10.
He's messed up. Something's wrong with Daryl, man. He's all like twitchy. Put a check back.
Great. I don't make much of it because I figured it's from the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like,
What did Daryl's sanity end up at? What did Daryl's sanity end up at?
4.
Oh!
Eventually.
He was
He's in
from
New York.
New
New York
York.
messed him up.
from New York.
Okay.
New York.
Anything else you want to say to that?
Yeah.
you have
You're
numbers,
lucky you were
so I get
drunk.
questions answered.
He got drunk at the end, and
You
it
have
saved
number.
him from going to sleep.
Yes.
Not for you, for boy. Cloverfield.
Yes. Do you have a piece of paper?
I have like a whole clipboard. I'm in the hospital right now.
I wrote down Cloverfield's number.
Well,
Okay, I call, I ask questions.
All right.
Get rest.
They
Thank
can
you.
have phones. They're the kind of proprietary line at that point that had like different ringtones for households.
yeah. Very few people have private lines. Almost everybody has. Oh crap! I'm blanking.
Like a neighborhood.
Party
would have
lines.
one- Yeah,
Party
like
lines.
a neighborhood would have one phone line, and like
Mhm.
all the houses in the neighborhood would ring when the phone rang.
Yep.
It was a
And
special phone number.
it depends on the ring, whether who picks up. A lot of them are actually connected. In 1924, most are connected by operator straight up.
Okay,
It doesn't actually. But anybody on the line can just pick up their line and just
listen.
to the conversation. So that's why you don't want to have like conversations like, "We gotta go to this guy's house and murder him. He's evil." Blah blah blah. Because anybody could hear it and be like, "I'm gonna have to tell the cops about you."
How could they tell which folks it was, though?
Tell the police somebody on the line. Police can then narrow it down.
True.
Anyway,
I'd probably call him on a like phone in the hospital during a break, whatever's free. Can't.
not long distance. Cha-ching.
True.
Because you're in Bristol, Connecticut. He's in New York City.
Well, I can't call.
You could send him a telegraph. Yeah. A telegram if you want. That'd be a lot cheaper than telephoning.
Well, I don't think I got that
How do
information.
those even work?
Or what?
How do telegrams even work? Because they're not letters. They're sent.
It's Morse code.
Send
Okay.
electronic signals, and
Okay.
it makes.
And it prints it out or something.
No, it doesn't print anything out.
It makes
There's a
it
guy
easy.
there
And he writes
who's listening, writes it out, types it up, and then they type it up and they put it. They send it to whoever it's supposed to be for. On your end, you would write down what message you want to send. It goes on a pile.
If I do
And
that,
then it gets sent when they can
probably
send
would
it.
have asked for a number, actually.
Yeah, you could probably. We'll say you got an addresses too.
Let's get all of it.
No.
Okay.
So yes, you can send him a telegram.
Cool.
What do you want it to say? As few words as possible.
Right.
You don't want to waste words, so it's more like something like, "Heard you needed me. Why?"
Let's say who it's from at least.
Yes.
Okay.
And then your name will be at the bottom and where the telegram was sent from.
Need details. End.
And it's got her name. Sarah, not Sarah. Edna Petrov. Sarah Petrov. I don't know why I thought that.
Edna.
Edna Petrov, Bristol, Connecticut.
Edna.
I send her a telegram back saying, found lead, doctor, what's his name? I keep on forgetting his name.
Dr. Murrow.
Dr. Murrow
Mm-hmm.
lives in wherever in Pennsylvania.
Fort McKelvey.
Fort McKelvey.
Or McKelvey's Fort.
Knows about strange things relating to house.
You can afford the telegram.
True. I mean, honestly, it could be as long as I want.
Your 12-page telegram.
I'm just like,
How did he afford this? This is like $150.
I could just see the guy looking it down at the Morse code tapper and being like,
Yeah. It's pretty much like
"It's gonna take me."
because with telegrams you pay by the letter or by the word. I'm not sure which exactly it is. So, but it's like a penny per word or something like that.
That's a lot.
So you can really cheaply send information.
I think it's about a letter.
So basically, send you back that information that he's got a lead on some stuff that happened in this house. And here's where it is. And you want to say meet there on this date if you want to come.
Yeah.
Do you offer any money or anything?
I
if she'll come?
offer compensation if she
he gave me-
comes.
Do you say how much, or do you just say I will compensate you for your time?
Negotiable.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't actually say how much, but he does say he'll compensate you, and it is negotiable.
I'm like, what house? Whatever, I go.
What, how?
Yeah, because I didn't get it. Like, got it lead on a house, and I'm like, what's that mean?
The only house you went to with him was that crazy-ass haunted house.
Is it that house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it kind of just said the house.
It just says the house, like he knows what you're going to know. But that's the only place you ever went with this guy.
I'm like, maybe, but I'm not like, it's been a while since I've gone.
You're cool girl.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Year and a half.
But I'm willing to pay for it.
Okay.
So.
Whatever you go.
It basically says meet in Huntington.
Yeah.
And you can look on an atlas and find that that's close to Fort McKelvey, but there's no train lines that go to Fort McKelvey, obviously.
And I guess I told her like what hotel I'll be staying at or something, so we can meet or whatever.
What if you send me a car? No. I ain't walking there.
Huntington's a good size.
Giant Russian woman running down the road.
There's probably taxi cabs, at least a few taxi cabs in that town.
I
or
don't
something.
really know.
Okay.
We meet somewhere. We'll meet somewhere in town. So. And
Okay.
James, after Daryl calls him, is going to tell his wife goodbye, take care of little Michael, and he's gonna get in his truck.
Where are you going?
Daryl told me that one of his friends needs help with something.
What friend?
This rich dude named Cloverfield.
She's very confused by this. She wants details, dude.
He lives in New York.
You know what I
They
mean?
met
She's
one
your wife.
time.
What are you hiding from me this time? Because you don't have that much in the way of details.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
What information did you get? Did you tell him the town?
yeah.
The meet and the date and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to Pennsylvania. Only one state over. Won't be gone too long. I promise.
Excuse me.
Write me every day.
I will.
Wait, he's rich? Call me every day. And have him pay for it. She doesn't seem too happy about this. She's a housewife, isn't she? She
Yes.
doesn't work, does she? So.
All right.
Oh, she just became clingy. Uh-oh.
I will.
This is probably your first big trip alone since you married her. Wouldn't it?
You might have had to like go
Out west was years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, you'd all settled down and everything, and you guys took trips together, but did you go off on your own for a week at a time or something like that?
Potentially for lumberjacking contract.
Okay. The hell? She probably hates that, too.
I'm really sorry, I gotta take this.
Okay. Get out!
Hey, I can't talk right now.
Jacob, go back to bed.
And then he's gonna get into his truck and drive over to the town that he was told to.
You're driving to Huntington? It takes you 4 days to get there.
Okay.
It's winter, the roads are terrible, you get stuck over and over and over again. You're picking the worst way to travel into the mountains of, okay.
Yep. I figured they wouldn't let me take a chainsaw onto a train.
No, they would.
They would?
If it's in your luggage, they're not going to search your luggage.
Okay, in which case I'll put the chainsaw on my
Okay, we're going to rush that out. You can go, any long distance travel, especially in the winter, you're going to want to take a train.
Let's call it.
Tell her it's the devil.
What? I'm gonna like D&D and stuff like that.
Huh?
I'm gonna like D&D and stuff
Oh, well,
like
it's
that.
the same thing. Okay, so what about, who's getting in touch with Petrov?
Daryl was calling him.
Or
Oh, yeah.
Telegram.
So you get a telegram about this too. What do you want to say in the telegram? Remember, you don't want to use many words. It's expensive.
That was very precise.
except for me.
Cloverfield says meets town in Pennsylvania.
Huntington,
Pennsylvania.
such and such a date.
Has a lead. Put the date, name.
Okay. Somewhat vague.
The important shit.
That's what you get. What does Petrov think of this?
I'm Petrov.
God damn it. Pavil.
Petrov.
Pavil.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Keep on talking. This is Petrov.
He receives a telegram
Mm-hmm.
and then proceeds to contemplate on it for about a day before replying with a telegram. Is this about the house? Stop.
That's it. All right.
Is this about the house? Stop. Where can I find him? Stop. contact information. Please stop.
You got that, didn't you?
No, just hunting, just fort whatever the fucking.
Ah.
And
Okay.
and that rich guy has a lead.
God, alright,
Maybe
all that.
stop.
Turn that thing on.
No. Play my game now.
Telegram/telephone number. Stop. And yeah, that's what I can.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, that works way better.
Oh yeah.
This at least people don't have to like.
Ah.
Alright, so. Have you guys arranged? You told him where and when?
He sent one back and about whether it was about the house and for information on how to contact him. I tell him maybe stop and put down the telegram/telephone number for him.
Oh, okay. So you got his contact information in New York City.
Okay. Is it about the house? Stop. Where can I find you? Stop. Tell me what you know. Stop.
And it's time. You recognize the name.
Okay.
It's Pavil's name.
Related to house, stop. Meet me in Huntington, Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
Stop. We'll tell you there. Stop.
And a date.
Date. Stop. Sign. Name.
Chainsaw Cloverfield. You know, that guy from New York City. That's where I live.
Yeah.
Stop. No. Okay.
I'm the bloody rich
So
guy.
Four car garage and room for Miss 80s.
and one word comes back. Hey. No. So that's what you get back.
Yeah.
Well, I also add on to my message. We'll pay.
Okay. And then tons of dollar signs.
$, stop. Dat money life, stop.
Rich bitch, stop.
Okay. So you get that.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on to Pennsylvania.
You'll probably want to take a train as well. This time of year is terrible. The
For
roads are
driving.
awful.
Okay, then I'm gonna take a train.
It's cold as fuck.
And you can also look on an almanac or an atlas and find that Huntington is in the Appalachian Mountains of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Which is even worse.
You go on the app.
Yeah.
Well, any long distance driving this time of year is just a pain in the ass. Friday, February 15th, 1924.
Get cold.
Huh? It is.
What
You
the
guys
fuck?
all arrive.
Weather forecast cold as fuck.
That's a caption as the train comes in and flashes up. Friday, February 15th, 1924.
Why does it have to start a horror movie? Like, whatever.
We're playing Call of Cthulhu!
Peyote.
Expect it to be bad. You guys all managed to meet at the hotel in the between trains running late or misconnections, that kind of thing. It's in the afternoon.
Oh.
2 or 3 in the afternoon. When you finally meet, you've got your car ready to go. You've been looking at maps and getting instructions from people on how to get to Fort McKelvey from here. It's only a few miles up the road.
I've got more medical supplies.
Yeah, you brought medical supplies. You got your chainsaw in one of your suitcase.
Too
I
bad.
think
Because your gun is there somewhere, right?
And
Your
I
pistol?
have my cane.
I expect broken.
Okay, yeah.
And
That's right.
I'm wearing a really fancy trench coat and just warm
Okay,
clothing
okay.
for the weather.
Anything special you brought besides your gun, your pistol?
Yep, I've got my pistol.
Okay.
I have my rosary and my crucifix.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Religion hit you hard.
And your dog tag.
Oh, and I think I might have a
And my
small,
dog tags.
small good luck charm from the astrologist, underneath my shirt.
You have a pile of them, remember?
Yeah, but
Your mom bought everything.
I'm wearing one. I know, but I'm wearing one.
Alright. Your
The
lucky
one that
rabbit
looks
sweat.
the one that looks the nicest and less creepy.
Okay, yeah, like a rabbit's foot. You got a rabbit's foot.
When we get to the hotel, I ask James if he wouldn't mind paying for a telegram to my wife.
I paid for it.
Okay, yeah. You can go back to the train station and send a telegraph from there.
Tell her everything's going well.
She said call.
Met him. Couldn't find a phone. Sent this instead.
Oh, lying to the old woman. All right. You send it. Send that telegram one.
It's like, okay, honey.
And you have instructions, or whoever wants to drive.
Well,
don't be comparing numbers. Just say in character.
I'm gonna drive. So
Okay, you can drive.
Because I like to drive.
Okay. So you guys load up into this. It's a Chevrolet. It's a nice car. It's a hardtop. It's very cold inside. Cars in this period didn't really have heaters or anything like that. They were just wheels and engines to get you places. Then you head off into the mountains of Pennsylvania. Bum, bum, bum.
A bunch of huge people fitting into this car.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm 6'2", he's 7.
7 foot. She's like 6 foot tall. She's huge, aren't you?
My size is 75.
My size is 70.
You're all huge.
Yeah, we're all big.
I don't have a height, but I'm size.
And you can make your height whatever you want. 75 means you're a big person. You could be like.
I'm 6'5".
You could be 6'5" if you want. Write it down if you whatever it is. End up writing it down. And you could also be broad. I mean, your lady could just be solid. Okay. Are you wearing a nurse's uniform? You're just wearing regular traveling clothes? How do you want to
warm clothing or
I'm assuming everybody has coats and warm clothing. Yes. Just regular clothes? Okay.
Yeah, I probably took time.
I have one of those like super warm flannels on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And you head down the snow-covered road. It appears to have been plowed recently. There's lots of snow all around. Obviously, they've had a lot of snow in the area. Huntington has a population of 7,000, so it's a good-sized town. It's a small city is what it really is. You drive up the valley. You're in the low part of the valley where the roads are. Mountains on either side. You have to drive fairly slow to navigate the road. There's a lot of times where it's like sliding and that kind of stuff. It's unnerving. It starts snowing not long after you leave, and the weather gets progressively worse. You pass through a town called Gorsuch, which doesn't look like much of a town at all. There's just a few buildings and a general store you pass through.
Termites holding hands?
Pretty much. Donation is a town you pass through. The road passes through a town called Donation. Again,
It needs
nothing.
donations.
Yeah, it does. There's nothing much to it. You're guessing less than 100 people live in each of these towns.
Jesus.
Thick snow's coming around. You spot the left turn you think was the turn you were told to make.
Yeah.
So you head up down that left turn. This should take you to Ennisville, which you were told is another tiny town, and then the town past that should be McKelvey's Fort. It's getting darker and darker as the road is becoming worse. You make another turn. You're starting to wonder if you might have made a wrong turn at some point. About an hour later, as you're crashing as slowly as you can through making your way through the thickening snow, you hit like a rise, and then the road goes down at a steep angle.
You slide all the way down.
I need a hard drive auto check. So drive auto attack. As you come over the top, and then you push on the brake to slow yourself, and nothing apparently happens because the wheels have stopped, but you're just continuing down this hill.
No.
40. Did that make it?
It's 15.
15? Okay. So, it's not a fumble. That's
His
good.
base is 20, you put 30 into it.
No, I thought that's...
No, that's the total right here, right?
Okay, that's the total?
Yeah.
So you should put your totals next to it.
Okay.
Let's see. It was a fail. It wasn't actually like a fumble. Here we go. Finish.
I'm really good at throwing things.
As you head down, literally sliding down the hill because the brakes are locked. The wheels are locked from the brakes. Listen up. This is important, guys. No, you're not. You plow down, drifts, and as you're heading down, it's gotten dark. It's almost completely dark now, especially with the cloud cover. This old man steps out from behind it looks like off to your right. You're not even sure what he was behind. There's a tree or bushes or overgrowth or a big pile of snow or something there. He steps out and he looks around. Right into your. He seems oblivious to your motor car, heading right towards him. And let's see. You plow into him,
Nice.
running him over. The car crashes into a snowdrift at the bottom of this hill. Boom! Each of you needs to make me a luck check. See if you get hurt. It's a hit, but it's not like people are flying through windows and shit.
I got an 8, so I'm
You
fine.
made it? All right,
What?
fine. Luck check. I need a luck check to see if you're
Lower
like
than
slammed when the car hits.
Sorry, I forgot what my luck was.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Actually,
Ah.
you didn't make it, Jacob. You take a point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Yeah, 1 point. You just are slammed when the car comes to an abrupt stop in a big snowdrift at the bottom. You take a point of damage. You're slammed. Who was riding shotgun anyway? Just out of curiosity.
I mean,
I don't-
we didn't get damaged, so
I don't like being seen.
They were
I was not in
damaged?
the-
Backseat then.
I was in the backseat.
Where do you want to be, Katelyn?
I was probably the best.
Ashton's waffling, so I'm
I'll
gonna just.
probably shoot
Okay, so
shotgun.
you're shotgun. All right. And you didn't take any damage either. So the two in the backseat got crashed into
Maybe
the
because
front
we could
seat.
see it happening, so we
Possibly. You braced yourself,
Yeah.
and he probably could have too.
I break window.
You break wind.
I break window.
The car
No.
stalls when you hit.
Okay.
It just goes out.
I can break window.
Yeah, there you go. So what are you guys doing?
I just
Okay, so you just do that. You put your head in your hand. Who else? What?
I'm gonna get out of the car and check on that dude.
Yeah, he's back up about halfway up the hill, laying in the middle of the road.
Don't.
What do you want to do? You've gotten out of the car. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, you get out of the car. You see the man lying in the road as well.
Medical
are
bag.
you doing?
I'm getting out of the car,
Okay.
if I can, assuming I'm not
Yeah.
wounded, too wounded.
No. You guys got jarred. It's
I
you
get
got
out of the
slammed. You
car.
probably be bruised.
I don't even attempt to hide it. I take a swig from my flask.
Okay.
I still have on me.
Were you two heading
Hey,
up the
pass
hill?
that around.
Can
Hold
I?
on, were you heading up the hill? You guys jumped out. You said you're heading straight up the hill. You guys don't notice. You don't notice either because you're like, oh no, not again.
Did I see the person that we hit with the car?
Yes. You guys started sliding, and everybody realized you were sliding when you started coming out because he wasn't decelerating at all. And it seemed like your speed was picking up, which seemed dangerous. And then y'all saw this guy in the headlights, and then he just went down in front of the car and disappeared. And then you crashed in a snowbank at the bottom pretty solidly. So yes, everybody noticed him. Nobody said, I go to sleep or anything like that. So everybody was awake. You were all probably very nervous because of so much snow on the road. People were probably like kind of bracing themselves because there was a lot of bumps and little slides that he would do, just little tiny slides
Can I look for the
occasionally.
dude?
Yeah, these two are already heading up the hill.
I got my bag.
Do you want to do anything besides just be like,
I'm gonna
God.
I'm gonna get my team and try and come join them.
Okay, so you two arrive at the man first. It is an old man with a beard.
Dead.
He's not dead, but he's in bad shape.
He's probably doing he's a demon.
He was actually, it looks like,
Looks like Nosferatu.
he wears overalls. He does not have a coat on.
Why does he look like a bear over here?
Because I got this out of a thing. No. Ignore the bear. Ignore it.
He's a bear.
It's supposed to be snow. The overalls appear to be homemade. He's not dressed for the weather. He doesn't have a coat. He doesn't have a hat. He might be 70 or 80 years old.
He did.
He's gasping for breath, obviously in great pain. His hands are pulled up like into near fists, kind of like this. If anybody wants to make first aid or
Yes.
medicine, either one.
I'm just going to check for a pulse.
No.
He is alive. He's gasping for breath. You didn't make it? Okay.
I didn't crit.
You didn't crit fail? Okay. He's in bad shape. He was obviously just run over by a car. You're not sure how bad a shape. This is just to examine him. It's not to really do anything yet.
Oh, I don't want to move him.
Probably not. But it looks like he is badly, badly hurt. Like the car hit him and then ran over him on the one side. You guys felt the wheels. So he's all messed up. He's like gasping for breath. You're examining him, and then like he grabs your coat, and he says, "It's too late. It's too late. Help me now." You guys are walking up the hill, and just hear this as you're coming.
And I was like shooting with morphine.
If you're a stranger, yeah, you can hit him with some morphine. You're getting your morphine as he's
Right.
talking. I'll tell you when you actually
I'm
can.
like, dude,
jab
I
it.
need this.
Well, your kit's right there. So even while he's grabbing you and he's trying to talk to you, you can be like fiddling next to him. If you're a stranger in these parts, stay a stranger. Whatever you do, don't go into Perdition. Not that Perdition wasn't a good town once. It was a fine town. You are You got the stuff out and you're filling the syringe. A mining town, rich and cold, precious ores. Then the coal ran out and people started running out as well. There wasn't any natural way to restore the mines, so Monroe, Abraham Monroe, he started looking into unnatural ways. The occult, the supernatural. And one night I guess he thought he was ready. He gathered up all the mystic books and such he'd been collecting and carried them into the mine.
I was like, oh, joy.
And it was the last anyone ever saw of Abraham Monroe. Okay, you inject him at that point. It's going to take a little time for it to actually take effect. Oh, there was a scream that night, of course. Came rolling out of the mine, spilling across the streets of town, but never any sign of the man who made that horrid sound. Things haven't been the same in Perdition since then. The strange disappearances of anybody going too close to the mines, the non-fear that everybody lives there with, and the fact that since Monroe vanished, nobody else has ever left town. Till me, that is. I was leaving town. I was running from it. Now I guess they'll never get me back there again.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Okay then.
wasted some fucking warfarin.
Yeah.
He died in less pain.
It hadn't taken effect yet. You know it hadn't taken
I'm
effect
like,
yet.
yeah. Oh well. I tried. I did my best.
You didn't make the medicine roll, so you couldn't tell that he was way too far gone to say it.
Real quick, I have a Springfield rifle. Can I say I remember to bring that in?
Sure.
Okay. I totally forgot.
It's in pieces in your luggage. You took it apart and put it in your luggage. Okay, what are y'all doing? It's snowing. It's freezing cold. You can feel the cold right through you already. You're picking him up. Okay.
Get him out of the road at least.
What's your strength?
Fucking like 75.
Yeah. You can easily pick him up. Where do you want to take him? What do you want to do with him?
Probably.
Walking down the hill is going to require a dex check.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to fall.
I'm probably just gonna like move him to the side.
Okay, you can. Yep. You're packing him in snow.
Make it look like he died from hypothermia.
No!
Is that what you say?
I'm like, not the idea. I don't say it like that, but you know.
God.
I asked Petrov, does he have a map on him or anything?
I'm not going to rummage through dead men's pocket.
So I don't have a darn clue where we are at the moment, and we're freezing.
It is very cold. It's
Well,
dark.
he said
It's
he
getting
was-
darker very
He
fast.
said he was walking away from the town, so he came out of the woods over there, which means town should be that way.
But you said he
He came
didn't.
from the right, whatever.
Didn't he say he wanted to stay out of the town?
Yeah, but isn't that the town we're heading to anyways?
Well, it was Fort McClellan. I'm getting closer.
Kelby Sport.
And he said, old man said the town he came from was.
I said it. He's dead.
I'm terrible with him. But I don't think it was the town that we were trying to go to.
Didn't sound. Yeah. Nope, not Edmonton.
You're right, he didn't say the word fort,
Didn't sound like Fort.
which means it might be the other direction.
If you guys want to make me, if everybody's forgotten. Okay, good. That's what I was waiting to see if anybody remembers. Okay.
Perdition.
At least
I knew it
it's
started with a
Perdition.
P, so.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. You guys are standing in the snow, the falling snow.
Alright,
What do you want to do?
let's try going the other direction then.
After I have buried this old man.
You've kind of like, you've pushed snow up around his corpse. His cooling corpse. What do you mean the other direction?
Yeah, right.
I invoke the Holy Spirit and we move on.
So he was coming from the right. Maybe
came from
we
the
should
right.
try going left instead. Or
There's
straight.
no road or anything to the left.
Okay,
Just woods,
which
thick
case-
woods all through here.
In which case, I guess we just keep going straight.
Okay.
It's a dude.
So you get back in the car. It won't start.
I
Yeah.
hop out and.
Or actually, wait. No, it'll start. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Ain't moving. You're stuck in a 3.5 foot tall snowdrift. The entire front of your car is just buried in it.
Can we try and extract it out of it?
You stay in the seat.
There's no
so
shovels. You'd have to use your bare hands. None of you are wearing gloves or mittens.
Yeah.
It would probably take hours to be able to move this car. The road continues on. Oh, there's a sign there beside the road, by the way. You guys notice this? Not too far from when the car crashed.
1 mile.
Looks like the sign is, like the top half is all rotted
And
off
one that way.
or ripped off.
This is Perdition.
I can tell it ends in ION.
It's
Just
like
from that.
T-I-O-N, so we don't go that way. Cool.
You don't have to.
Is there any other signs?
Yeah. There's a rotten piece of wood on the ground, but it's completely like, when you pick it up, it literally falls apart.
Nail termites.
Do we have any fire?
Too cold.
Nope. Do you have any fire?
Well, like any wood or like wood.
Yeah, the rest of the rotten sign, but it's like soaked.
I'm just kind of tired.
Snow is still coming down.
I don't.
Best find shelter,
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
Just something.
Where are you going?
Get your stuff, by the way, out of the
Not
car.
that
Yeah.
way. That's not.
I mean, we do have a chainsaw, so we could put down a tree.
Yeah, we could, and I could potentially make a fire.
That's all
Nobody
we
has
do.
matches because none of you smoke,
True.
right?
Yeah.
So good luck making a fire. Ding, did I just ding?
Ding!
Damn.
That was my
Yours.
digging.
Thank you.
Huh? However.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
no. Wait, I thought you smoked.
It's getting colder too.
You do smoke?
My character.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
great.
Davie?
Smoke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
You
have
have a
matches
lighter.
or a lighter if you want.
Oh yeah.
Who's got paper on him? Nobody.
Oh.
Enjoy.
but I have the card that says
A tiny little
the
card.
car.
Yes.
I may have rolling papers if that's plot convenient enough.
I
There's
feel
no
like
cigarettes at the time
How's
were
it
made by
plot
hand
convenient?
rolling.
No, you could buy ready-made cigs.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had them in the war.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was like invented for the war.
Might have been actually. Oh, don't forget, guys. I always forget this. If someone does an exceptional role-playing, funny role-playing, you just think they're in character and good, recommend them for a potential little bonus. But somebody has to recommend a different person. If you do some amazing role-playing and everybody's just sitting there and like not saying it, then too bad. No, you've done it in the past. Shut up.
Daddy.
It can even be something funny in character, that kind of thing.
Where's Ben?
I know.
You do them all.
Ben always does crazy, funny stuff. All right.
Okay.
So there you go. What are y'all doing? I'm not trying to block. I'm just trying to be realistic here. There's the car is stuck in the snowdrift. You don't have any shovels to get it out. It's probably not going to be easy. You're not going to be able to move it anytime soon.
Plus, if we make a fire, the snow will probably not help with that at all.
We need shelter if we're gonna make a fire. of some
Yeah, there's no
sort.
point in doing
If we start hiking now, we'll start to warm up about halfway there.
Halfway where?
Not going 1 mile there.
He points. Yeah, you just point to the sign.
Whatever, maybe someone point us in the right direction.
That's
True.
on down the road.
Someone
Continues
might.
on down this road you're on. You haven't seen anybody for any villages or towns or houses for the last hour of driving. So
I guess
you have no
the
idea where
closest
you are.
place.
That's where I'm going.
Okay,
I'm
you're just
walking.
gonna start walking.
I'm-
Do you grab your luggage and go? Okay.
I grabbed my
I grabbed
my
mine.
pack. It's
Okay.
got my disassembled Springfield rifle and
It's the only way it would fit. You gotta kind of take it apart. You can put it together later.
I
Or you could put it together now and have it. Up to you.
I
I
grab
got my gun.
my case and start walking.
Okay.
I
Petrov's got a medical case, and it's
Okay.
probably one suitcase.
Yeah.
I don't really have a choice
Big
in the matter, so
You're gonna have to leave some of your suitcases behind.
yeah.
He travels heavy. The back seat was full of them. That's where you guys got hurt. All the luggage crashed all around. No, it hurt you. His
His
luggage.
I seem very sad to leave some of this
I'd still be
expensive
here.
clothing behind, but
Every place.
I take my best like warm clothing and like sleepwear and join them.
Okay. And you guys could have some gloves, but they're not like waterproof winter gloves, which would make digging in the snow
Probably some like
soaking
cotton
wet within like
mittens.
5 minutes. Yeah, cotton mittens you could have. Just something to keep you warm. They're not work gloves. So doing any digging with them would turn them into frozen hell in like 10 or 15 minutes. Alright. You head on down. I hope I'm not railroading you guys too much. Pushing through the thickly falling snow is not easy. You got at least 2 feet on the road in front of you. You think it's a road though, because you are passing through an area that's wide enough that's maybe 10 or 15 feet wide. You got trees very thick on either side. Roughly a mile, you come across a spot where the road dips down into a valley. The snow has stopped falling, and the clouds part, and you can see in the moonlight a town. Well, what's left of a town. The light shines eerily down onto the snow-covered town, and smoke is evident from some of the chimneys of the village, filled with quaint little 2- and 3-story houses and businesses. Just as evident is the ruined nature of many of the structures. Several have wrecked upper floors, the windows that survive on the bottoms boarded up. Debris is evident near the fronts and sides of the buildings, and a few of the structures have collapsed entirely. Decrepit picket fences line the yards, some of the houses on the edge of town, and most of the structures... some of the houses on the edge of town. Most of the structures on the edge of town appear to be deserted.
You say it's downhill?
Yes.
I set my suitcase down and sled down.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
God.
I hope you fail. I hope you critical fail this. I would love it. I'm sorry, it'll be hilarious.
I passed.
Damn it. Somehow he's turned his luggage into sort of a sled that goes really slow down this little slope. Like...
I'm tired
it kind of stops about halfway down. Just kind of stops because all the snow's built up in front of it.
I was tired of walking.
I guess I'll come join them, and you try and use my cane to help
Okay, yeah.
prevent myself from slipping.
It's not that steep. It's not like that little incline that you guys took the dive in. Are you guys going as well? Heading down in this apparently mostly abandoned town.
It must be Partition.
You pass several houses that are obviously abandoned. At least there's no smoke coming out of the chimneys. A few of them have... What was that noise?
What's that from?
Oh. A few of them have, like, collapsed upper floors. A lot of them have boarded up windows. You come to an intersection street. And further on down the street, to the left and the right, you see some smoke coming out of the chimneys of the houses there. It's very cold. Your feet are starting to get numb, as well as your hands. You can see your breath. At least the snow stopped.
Yeah. I say what to do. The house with fire.
Probably a good plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody make a power check.
What?
Power?
Ah!
So what do I use?
Percentile for everything. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You made it?
Are you serious?
1 point.
640.
64 out of 65.
Okay. Success.
One
Success.
That's
1.5. 1 point failure.
1 point failure. Okay.
Oh.
You're getting like a headache as you guys come down into this town. It's like a pressure on your head. It's just weird. It's not very comfortable. It looks like the village looks worse than it did from the entrance to the valley. Houses and homes have obviously, even the ones that have some smoke coming out of them, have not been kept up very well. The entire place looks very shabby and unimpressive. There was a signpost on the edge of town, but there's like no sign on it. And you do find those two houses are the nearest ones, the first ones that you come across, one on either side of the street. The street continues on beyond that. You can see smoke coming out of quite a few of the houses like in the downtownish area. What do y'all want to do?
Go to the first house that looks not vacant.
There's one on either side. They're pretty much close to the first one. Left or right?
Left.
Okay, left. There we go. What are you doing? There it is. It looks a little decrepit. Knock.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be knock. You went like this.
Well, I was like, I wouldn't make a noise, so I went down here.
Homeowner? Homeowner?
Okay, knock, knock.
Census Bureau.
No.
Oh, by the way, the newly fallen snow on the road and the ground is unmarked and not shoveled, standing nearly 2 feet deep in several places.
Headlocking the first
Hold on, let me
person.
see.
That's weird.
Knock, knock, knock. Okay.
Magic?
There, you do, after a very short time, you do hear movement inside.
Hmm.
Who's there?
We are 4 people. We lost control of car, cannot bring out of snow. Need shelter temporarily.
It's quiet for several moments, and then you see like a light appear in one of the windows. It's not electrical light. It's like a dim light starts. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's there's a latch. You hear a latch click. The door opens timidly. There's a man there. He says, You're strangers? There's someone from the outside world. Come on in out of the cold. Come on in. He backs up, opening the door.
Going to headlock.
Outside.
Go into headlock.
Where is he?
It looks like a worn but well-furnished home. They let you guys in. He closes the door and locks it behind you. You see some children like peeking out from like a doorway. He says, "Go get Ezekiel. Go get Ezekiel. They're strangers." And one of the kids like starts putting on some very rugged, rough-looking clothing. Almost looks like it's homemade. It's wool or something. And then they run out the front door. There's a fire in the fireplace. It's getting low, obviously. The old man, the man, not old man, he's probably like 45 or 50. He's wearing a nightshirt with a jacket over it. You're guessing he might have been going to bed.
That's late.
Maybe, no, it's like 8 o'clock at night. It's actually quite early for going to bed. He's got a lantern. There's like a glass lamp that's got obviously a kerosene lamp of some kind, or there's a weird smell. It almost smells like maybe they're using some kind of alcohol instead of like lamp oil or something like that.
Last one.
For the lamp. And he looks very nervously at all of you. Almost like he expects. We can make a psychology check. Try that.
I sit by the fire though.
There's not much fire left, but the room is warm. It's fairly warm. You did.
I got a 5.
You made it? Put a check mark if you get it right.
Where is it?
Unless you've already checked it.
So
Really
psychology.
Psychology.
Okay.
Really close, but
Really close?
I
Okay.
made it.
You're just cold. You're freezing cold, and you think everybody's going to try to kill you. Anyway.
Yeah, I also.
Because you already voiced your suspicions, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like to yourself. You two realize that this man seems to be terrified of you guys. Like he thinks you're going to jump him or something.
Oh god.
He's like eyeing you warily, and he's trying to like keep his distance. You know what I mean?
I try and push like the gun in my pocket and try and hide it more.
Yeah, he can't see it. Okay. Well, maybe he did notice it. Maybe that's why he's scared. That's a good assumption to make.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay, you're too cold to care.
I'm a big woman. I'm used to people looking terrified.
I do look at him. Sir.
I'm terrified.
Sir, where are we?
This is Perdition, Pennsylvania. But Ezekiel's coming. You can talk to him. He'll know what to do.
I kind of frown a bit at him saying Perdition,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask him, do you know where Fort Mickle?
Fort Mickle?
Fort Mickle, yeah.
Fort Mickle?
Yeah.
Fort.
I believe you meant Fort McCrae?
Mm-mm. You guys are welcome to take notes on shit anytime you want.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Pavel's just sulking in the corner.
Well, I'm going to walk up and offer out my hand.
What?
I said I'm supposed to be playing shit. Sorry.
Quit worrying about life.
I approach and offer my hand. Thank you for your hospitality.
He shakes it tentatively. He seems very, very scared of you.
What are you scared of?
How rude.
We don't get many strangers around here. Sometimes.
I mean, it is out in the middle of nowhere.
That's right. That's right.
Strangers.
We just don't. Right? Ain't no train.
Most people probably think I'm better than them. No offense.
Do you know an old
Not
man?
taken.
Do you know an old man?
I know some old men.
Maybe one that might have gone missing. Got to get away or leave this place anytime soon.
Nobody leaves. No, I don't.
Oh, long white beard.
He did have a mustache. That was kind of distinctive too, I think. Where's his picture? Yeah, he doesn't have a mustache either. It's just kind of distinctive.
No mustache, bald head.
Might be Johnson Bice. He sounds kind of like you're talking about. I wouldn't know where he could go. He's got arthritis really bad. He couldn't go nowhere. Especially not in that. been a bad day. It's been a really bad day. You guys can... Oh, tick, tick. Somewhere in the house there's a clock ticking. In the silence, when no one's speaking, you can hear it. It's in another room nearby. You start twitching.
Don't make me mad.
Make a spot hidden to see if you even notice this. You don't know about... Nobody knows about his phobia,
I
I don't think. You see it? Check that off.
Cool.
I don't think anybody actually knows about his...
You did tell me to
his
stop
issue.
having that cane.
He yelled at you, yes. But nobody really knows he has this issue at you.
I could have just been really annoying.
Do they, Jacob? Have you talked to any of these people about this?
Nope. I mean, we were in like a 6-hour car ride.
Yeah, did you talk at all
something.
during that car ride, or were you just like staring?
I did talk a little bit.
But not about anything personal.
No.
Okay.
Mostly
He
it
made
was me
conversation.
asking questions.
Okay.
Asking questions about you guys.
I was probably
I should
asking
have
how
roleplayed some of that, damn it. I should have had you
I
guys
made a
roleplay.
2 for psychology.
For him?
Yeah.
He's got some issue. He's upset. Maybe he's got a darkness.
That my Twitch is synchronized to the clock.
Every time the clock ticks, you guys can all hear it when it's quiet, because the house is like dead still, you know what I mean? When nobody's talking. Even there's not even any flames, it's just ashes.
Do you
Or
need to
coals.
leave?
You can make that clock stop. That'd be even better.
Explain.
There's our clock. It's not loud enough. This is like a big pendulum clicks. When you stop and listen, you can hear it. Somewhere in another room, you can hear like, sounds like it's probably an old grandfather clock, just click, going back and forth.
It's been like this ever since the house. Can we get it to stop?
Plug ears. Here you go. Earplugs.
Oh yeah, you could have some earplugs. Little cheap plastic earplugs.
Okay. I actually put them in.
Okay, yeah. You can't, what's your listen?
Listen.
Yeah, what's the number for listen?
It's in the third.
Yeah, they're not good.
20. I don't have any.
It's only 20?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to hear it?
You hear the clock?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm not actually going to try to listen.
No, okay. So, no, yeah, they work. That seems to work. It dulls the noise enough that you can't really hear it. You could barely hear it before, actually. So, yeah, that actually worked.
Not trying
The
to
door
be
opens. A cold blast of air comes in. It's the boy that he sent off. And it is 3 more people show up. They're wearing coats. This is not a good representation. There's a man, a woman, and a young boy. They're beautiful. And
pristine.
the oldest of them, the gentleman, the man,
It's Batman's parents.
he comes in, and as soon as he comes in, the gentleman who you were first talking to, he rushes over to the door and he talks to the man. He says, what's someone from the outside world doing here? He says, I don't know, but I intend to find out. And he kind of pats the old guy who's like been freaking out about you guys being here on his shoulder.
Can we hear this?
Yeah, it's in the same room. It's all in the same room.
And I hear
And then he walks, make a listen check. We'll give you listen checks to actually make out
No.
stuff. They're good earplugs.
I don't.
You're not getting any words.
He knows people are talking.
Not
Yes.
here on purpose.
He says, howdy folks, we don't get strangers here very often. What are y'all doing in Perdition?
I crashed our car about a mile out
Oh.
on the hill.
That fucking snowdrift.
Yeah, it's been bad weather. Well, listen, we don't have much in the way of, what were you doing coming this way?
I was trying to get to Fort Mickle.
What is Fort Mickle?
What?
Can I do a remember check?
You can have one idea check. If you don't make it,
Can each of us have one idea check?
no, I'm going to give him the only one.
Nope.
87.
I just know it's a
You
4.
can always take notes.
Suck shit.
So you're lost.
Well, we were trying to get to this fort place.
We know it's a town called Fort whatever.
Fort whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor there we were trying to speak to.
We got 2 doctors in town. Somebody sick?
No, like a professor. Teaching.
Oh, I see.
Like a doctoral.
Well, you're not going anywhere tonight. I mean,
Too late.
Obviously.
so, but I'll tell you what, I will go wake up Mr. O'Brien at the hotel. We'll get around and get y'all some rooms. Is anybody hurt? I can send for Dr. Mitchell, or for Dr. Reddick, and wake him up.
Only go.
I'm fine.
Nothing too bad.
After all, we wouldn't want to lose the first visitors this town's had in years now, would we? And he kind of laughs at that.
Do you know man with long white beard, no mustache, balding?
And then the other guy says that it might be Johnson Weiss. Johnson, well, he's all wrecked with arthritis. He wouldn't have been out. Well, why? He lives over on the other side of town.
Unfortunately, car lost control. We slide. We hit man. Look like that by us.
Oh.
Poor man.
He was also in some overalls.
Before he died, he rambled about how nobody can leave this place, and that he was never going, and that he was sad that he was never going to because we hit him with the car accidentally.
What's
Oh.
mean to? Came out of nowhere.
Well, it sounds like he's just rambling then if you hit him with his car.
Yeah.
But it might be. We'll check on John. I'll go check on his house and see if he's
Can I tell him where his body is?
Yeah, it's if this is Perdition and that was a sign for it, it'd be right by that, about a mile. So.
Yeah, I tell him that he's in the snow near the sign.
All right,
If
well,
they want to go
I will.
bury him.
I'll see what I can do about that. Yep, I'll see what I can do. Well, just come with me. Put your coats back on. Sorry about this. We don't want to keep Mr. Let's see, where is he? We don't want to keep Mr. Mackenzie. No, Mr. Yeah, Mackenzie. We don't want to keep Mr. Mackenzie up, do we? He just shakes his head. He still looks really scared.
Apologies. Is that how you say
He just he nods his head at that.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
They look kind of confused. Okay. You guys are led down the street. You go past, looks like a restaurant. There's a sign on one of these buildings that says Billiard Hall. There's a drugstore. Across the street from the drugstore is a, well, no, not across the street from the drugstore. You also passed a bank. There was a building with a Perdition post.
Nobody would do anything about it.
Nobody's there.
There is a,
listen now that we're leaving.
I took him out as soon as we left the house. Earplugs.
there's a building. Oh yeah, okay. So you pocket them. There's a building that has a little sign that says Perdition Post on one side of the street that you pass.
Does the building look like it's in use?
No, that one's all boarded up. It's not a post office. Well, it could be a post office.
They don't contact nobody.
You pass a Dr. Reddick sign. There's a meat shop sign, like a butcher.
That's morning.
And then he takes you to a building on the left. It's a 3-story building. They knock. The man who answers seems very nervous when he opens the door, even though Ezekiel says it's Ezekiel. He says, Andrew, I need some rooms. We got some strangers in town, and they need a place to stay. He says, this is Andrew O'Brien. He runs this hotel. He points catty corner. You can just make out another hotel a little ways up. It's a little smaller than this one. He said, I'll have to clean them up. We haven't had anybody in so long. And sorry, the rooms are going to be kind of cold, but I'll get you extra blankets. The old wood stove, the old wood furnace.
So the innkeep's name is O'Brien?
If it doesn't work, that's what
Okay,
Andrew
I
O'Brien
was
is.
Mackenzie.
Can I write on
No,
the sheet?
Mackenzie was what he said about the guy's house that you guys were
Can I
at.
write on the sheet?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
can write on
there's
here.
a
Yeah.
blank
I
space
can
down
do
here.
either that or I can use scrap paper, whatever you want to do. Yeah, names, places, those are always important. They can be, at least.
Yeah.
Ezekiel seems very friendly. He says that if y'all want to come over for breakfast tomorrow morning, I'll have some breakfast. I live right across the street here. He points out the house across the street. It's a good-sized house.
Very kind.
Thank
You're lucky you found a town. A night like this, people won't live through a night like this, not in the Appalachians.
Oh, heck no.
And it takes you, and then the woman and the child that were with him go back to the house. He says, well, I'll leave you in capable hands of Mr. O'Brien here. He should be down in just a couple minutes. It's kind of warm in this room. It's a little chilly in the house. And then Ezekiel takes his leave. Again, bidding you in the morning, come by his house and have some breakfast for you. And it's about 10 minutes before O'Brien comes back down. He leads you upstairs. There's dust in the air. Like he probably just got the sheets and aired them out just a little bit.
Lord.
The rooms smell musty, like nobody's been in them in years. It's not a bad smell. It's just that they're cold. It's cold as shit up here. But he does bring lots of extra blankets and quilts and stuff like that for you guys to stay warm. You can each make a spot hidden.
Phew. That was fun.
I also seem very displeased with the conditions that I'm staying.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not dirty. It's just dusty.
Icy.
No.
Too much
nothing.
dust.
No.
I'm blinking.
Oh God, is Jacob gonna be?
No.
Damn. Okay.
No, I
Okay. You
By
did
the way,
see?
No.
I commend
Oh
him.
yeah, everybody's got nose. That's
Yeah,
good.
I got dust
Okay.
in my eye.
I commend him for doing the earplugs.
What?
Thinking of like plugging his ears.
I
with-
love that.
Yeah, she's fine.
That was my earphone.
No, that wasn't role playing.
Eh.
But that's it. That's the kind of thing we want you to do. Okay, so you each have your own room. It's just a small room. It's got a single bed. There's a the guy returns. He's doing a lot of rushing around. There's basins and jugs. There's you lose a point. There's basins and jugs. There's basins and jugs in each room, and he's retrieving the jugs and coming back later with water and putting them in there. He tells you it'll probably not be frozen by morning. And then he bids y'all good night. He says he's downstairs. Gives you kind of instructions. I'm behind the stairs. Downstairs, you can find my room. If you need anything else, just come down there. But I'm probably going to bed. He's wearing like a long nightgown as well, like a nightshirt. He's wearing a big long nightshirt and slippers.
Appreciate hospitality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien.
He
Have a
seemed,
good night.
you guys can each make another psychology check
Thank
too.
you.
Or actually a spot hidden. Do a spot hidden instead.
Either way.
Either way.
I still didn't get it.
He seems really nervous too. You two
Excellent.
notice that? We're gonna say Jacob doesn't since he's busy.
Aw.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Jacob's character's kind of surly
Go
anyway,
for
so
it.
he's
Yeah.
kind of like.
At this point, I'm done.
There's no clock that you hear in this town though. In this house, it's very quiet upstairs.
Nobody has wound it in years.
Odd for a hotel.
Yeah. So you guys have rooms.
Not
There's no
particularly
keys
odd.
for these rooms, by the way.
That's fine.
It's just the old types of locks that have like a handle and a keyhole underneath it that goes all the way through, so you have to have a key to lock it.
Oh, great.
So,
Just board up with like a door, like a chair, you know?
if you want,
Do they open inwards or outwards?
they all open into the rooms from the hall.
Excellent.
Yep. There's a chest of drawers in each room as well. There's like a chest at the foot of the bed, real fancy, nice, polished, dusty. So it has more blankets in it, actually, and some linens. Though it's very heavy, obviously, too. So I don't know if you guys want to barricade in your rooms, you can. There's a few items of furniture you can put in front of the doors if you want.
Can I keep my pistol under my pillow?
Mm-hmm.
I beat ass.
You beat me to it. My pistol's under my pillow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Commend that.
Yeah. Oh, and he gave each of you a candle that
candle.
smells like well, no, it's got like a animal fat smell. Think about it. They smell kind of like French fries. You know what I mean? Like hot. It's obviously made of some kind of animal fat. They're homemade candles.
Delicious.
So then, you could probably eat them. So it's probably some kind of an animal fat wax that it's made out of. So, yeah. So each of you has a candle in your room. They're pretty tall, so they probably last 2 or 3 hours. Or you can blow them out, whatever you want to do. Each of your rooms has a window that looks outside. There's curtains. The whole feel of the town is kind of out of date. The rooms and everything are
Incredibly.
yeah, well, 20 years maybe. 20, 30 years out of date maybe. So it's not too bad, but it's obviously not. There's no electricity, obviously.
Looks like houses.
And that kind of thing. In Russia? Yeah, probably, actually, this is probably much nicer than a house in Russia. Anyway, so, is there anything you guys want to do? You guys have put guns under the pillows to sleep. Your rifle is still in pieces. Now, you can put it together if you want
like
tonight.
A table in the room?
You could use there's like a big chest at the foot of the bed that you could sit on the floor and have plenty of space to do it on if you want there. Think about those old, like, antique wooden chests.
We're going to do that. Staying cross-legged.
Okay, yeah.
Zen-like pose as I reassemble my gun with an almost...
Oh, shit.